Hey guys, Bluebridge here, and serious conversations need to be had about Wesley Fofana. Do we give up on this injury-prone defender, or do we give him time? Let's get into the review of our upcoming match against Crystal Palace. So just finished listening to the pre-match press conference from our manager Enzo Maresca, and the news isn't great for Wesley Fofana. Once again, another injury that's going to probably keep him out for the rest of the season. At first we thought he was going to be out for just a few weeks, and then someone said it may be just a few days. But then we heard 5 weeks, but then today we've heard probably the season. He missed the entire of last season, and he's got another injury. This time it's a different type of injury. We bought him injured. He had a bad knee, he broke a leg, and this time it's a muscular injury. It's a bad tear in the hamstring. And once you get those really bad tears in the hamstring, just look at Reece James and his injury record. It's hard for you to get back to that optimum level, especially when you rely a lot on your pace. So with croc knees, a broken leg, and now muscular injuries, is it time for us to part ways with Wesley Fofana? It's such a pity because we bought him from Leicester. He was seen as the next best thing when it came to central defenders, and when he's played this season, at the beginning of the season, we were really good. He was beginning to form an excellent partnership with Levi Colwill. I mentioned him in my video. If you haven't seen my video where I talked about the case against the defence, then view it. And then he gets injured, and it's no coincidence that now that he's injured, that we are. I don't say we weren't shipping goals, but he's not only does he add to the defensive ability because he can defend wide areas, but he's somebody when we're playing against low blocks who can bring the ball. He's great at he's a great ball carrier. He's someone who can disrupt defensive shapes our opponent's shape when he comes and out of defence and takes the ball into those attacking areas. So him missing from the team has caused us a lot of issues, and so it's such a pity, as I said, because it's just, I don't think, have we got insurance on him? Yeah, we haven't really got value for money on this purchase. And the other person you can fill in, because it was interesting to hear what Maresca was saying about Badiashile as a one-on-one defender. He said the two one-on-one defenders that he's got are Wesley Fofana and Badiashile, because he mentioned Badiashile in his one-on-one duel, which some people give Badiashile a hard time, me included sometimes, because of some of the errors he makes. But defensively, on his day, he is quite good. And he was talking about the way that he dealt with Solanke in the match that we played against Tottenham. And he's got the pace to handle these strong, pacey defenders. Would we have been bullied so much at Wesley Fofana or Badiashile being in the side against Ipswich, because the defenders that we had, Tosin, and I've already mentioned that Levi Colwill isn't the strongest when it comes to one-on-one duels. So having maybe Wesley or Badiashile available could have changed the outcome of that game. But Badiashile's another one who we can't rely on. Since he's been at Chelsea, I think he's been out. He's had 2 or 3 injuries where he's been out for a long, lengthy period of time. So, do we dip into the transfer market? A lot was talked about Anselminho, who again I touched on yesterday. But from the looks of it, from what Maresca was saying, is that he's got to take time to adapt to the English Premier League. He's a young lad, he's only 18, he's coming from a different country, South America, it's different culture. So some people, I said yesterday, he can't come in and be our saviour immediately. He's one for the future. So he's going to be in and around the first team. So maybe he may hit the ground running, but don't expect a lot from an 18-year-old coming in. You know, we've seen it before with other defenders who've come in, who've looked shaky in their first season. The next season, they've come and set the world alight. But you know, he's got to get rid of the pace of the Premier League is different from in Argentina, and the atmosphere and everything else. Those are things that he's got to take time to get used to. Somebody who needs to get opportunities now, and I've always been championing for this guy, is Achampong. Achampong is somebody who's physically ready. He's a beast. He looks for me that he can handle the pressure. Okay, I know that he's only been playing the Conference League, but for me, he's shown a lot of maturity. I wouldn't throw him in at the Lions' Den though, but sometimes that enthusiasm of youth, you forget that the nerves when you go into the matches. You know, he's going to make one or two mistakes. That comes with being young, but when he came back after not playing for ages in the match in the Conference League, didn't put a foot wrong and showed great maturity. So I think he can handle the pressure. I think he came on, who was it against? The tail end of last season, I can't remember the opposition, where he made his debut. I think it could have been the same, could have been Palace, or maybe not. But he came in, I think he did the most blocks when he came on, the most tackles, and he looked ready. So I think he is ready for this. And a guy who's not available, and again I keep saying availability is key. So Lavia is another guy who's not going to be available against Crystal Palace tomorrow. The manager said he's close, but it doesn't look like he's going to be in the starting lineup. Dewsbury Hall is injured. I can't see, I'm not being a defeatist, I'm sorry, but I can't see us beating Crystal Palace tomorrow. We've got a good record against Palace, but we had a good record against Fulham. They hadn't beaten us since 1979 or whatever, and records are there to be broken. Palace had a period where they were beating us quite regularly about 5 or 6 years ago, but since then they haven't beaten us in about 19-20 games. But as I said, records are there to be broken, and tomorrow they've got a big chance against us. We are going in with no Caicedo. He's suspended, and we've got no true holding midfielder there. You know, is Casadei going to play? Is he going to be up for it against Crystal Palace? And we probably have to rely on Casadei. We got Kano Dyer is going to be probably on the bench, or Raksaki, one of those two, because it's needs must, because I said we haven't got the midfield, and that's what I said in my video where I tackled the imbalance of the squad, whereas we haven't, we let both Uguchoku and Santos go, so now with Enzo Caicedo unavailable and Lavia always injured and Dewsbury all out, our midfield, the engine room, is going to be bare. Is he going to play Vega there? It doesn't work when he plays Vega there. I haven't been comfortable with Vega being there in the past. So that's an option which he probably would explore as well, having Vega in there. Because Palace have a good engine room. Will Hughes has been found out now. He should have got sent off against us, and he didn't. And now they've got their first fully fit midfield in there. It's going to be a lot more difficult for us against Crystal Palace, and they're a team, and it's their manager already said that they've got a blueprint. The blueprint is there for them to play against Chelsea. Compact, tight defence, hit us on the break, and in transition they've got some fast players in that team. Islam Assar, they've got Mateta, who's strong, one-on-one duels. Are we going to be able to handle his strength and pace? And so it's going to be a difficult match. Crystal Palace is always a hard place to go. The fans are going to make it difficult, a tight ground. We're coming into this game without a lot of form. Our form's not great, and so as I said, with a patched up team with no midfield, it will be difficult. So a draw is the most I'm hoping for. As I say, I'm not being defeatist, I'm being a realist for this particular game. The only positive is that Reece James is back. He'll get minutes. Will he play from the start? I don't know. But that's a positive to look forward to. But yeah, it's a tricky part of our season now. With, as I said in the match against Ipswich, are things going to be happening in reverse? I hope not. Last season we had loads of injuries. We had a difficult start. Our injured players started coming back, and we picked up form. This season we were at quite a healthy squad, winning games. Now the injuries and suspensions are creeping in, and we're starting to lose games. So I'm just hoping that it's not our season in reverse. I'm praying that it's not. So guys, are you confident going into the game, or like me, are you a bit worried about this game against Crystal Palace? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications to be notified every time I make a new video. So have a good weekend. Take care. Bye bye.